Good afternoon. It's Saturday and I am just about to head over to Shane's house because we are going to the mall this afternoon. 4th of July is next week, so there should be some pretty good sales going on. I just haven't been to the mall in a while, and I really am curious to see if I can manage to get things that I really like at a lower cost, because my mentality when it comes to buying stuff is not very good, because I'm always willing to spend more money for stuff I consider better. Then I'm just buying one piece of clothing for like $100, and then I have, less quantity. So it's a really nice day out today, and I am actually really excited to see what I might be able to get today. And if I don't get anything, then can't be sad about that either, because then I didn't spend any money. So let's see how it goes. Hi. I am in the fitting room and about to try on 2 white pairs of jeans, and I'm trying my best not to go overboard. So these are the only 2 I'm going to try on, even though they have a deal where it's $100 off if you spend $300, so that comes down to $200, which seems like a pretty good deal. But I don't know, that just seems like a little bit too much. I really shouldn't do it, but yeah, let's see, I bought a few things from BCBG, and I'll probably show it when I get home. But okay, I gotta get changed, so turning this off. I definitely think I like these. I think based on, I don't know, just looking at it, you can tell it's very form-fitting. It fits very skinny, which is usually what I really like. Obviously, as you can tell, I will definitely be hemming these because they always come too long. Default for jeans tends to be 30-inch inseam, and I am a short person. So overall though, I like these. They are on sale from $169 to $99, I believe, so great savings. Yay. All right, I wanted to show off what I bought today, and there really isn't that much. I already showed you guys these pair of white jeans that fit very well. Nice and skinny fit. Milo needs to be quiet. And then I also bought this top. Well, it is a bodysuit actually, so it pretty much goes down to the crotch area like a one piece. Bodysuits are one pieces, so there's like more under here. But yeah, I mean, I know this lacy style makes it seem very, I don't know, sexy, but that's kind of not why I bought it. I bought it because it fits very well. It fits perfectly on me, so I love that. And I want more things to be able to layer stuff with, and since this is form-fitting, it would be very easy for me to wear this underneath like a jacket or something. And yeah, I just think it looks great. So I did buy a jacket, a white one from Zara, so I will show you guys now that you've seen this under layer. Okay, let's try this out. So I actually have always really liked this, I don't know what you would call it. Is this called tweed or something? But this sort of jacket style where you can see the texture of the material is like a little bit checkered, and it has the frayed along the edges. So when I first saw this, I was thinking like, I felt like it was a little formal looking, but that has always been what I really like to dress up as. Like, I like to look more formal. That's just the way I dress. So a lot of casual stuff, like I've mentioned, like jean shorts and everything, I'm not as into that stuff anymore, and I don't really plan on buying any in the future. So this was the only extra small left in Zara, and as you can see over here, there's like bits of string coming off that I will have to clean up. I did check the rest of this jacket though, and there is nothing dirty about it because it's white. There were a lot of white pieces in the mall that had like red stains on it. I don't know if it's like women with their lipstick and shit getting their dirty ass fingers all over these clothes, but I really like this. I think sometimes though for jackets, some of my complaint, I don't know if it's just the way I'm built body wise, but sometimes I wish that this opening right here, I wish there was more showing. Like sometimes I wish that the jacket ended right here so that there's more showing. That way the thing that I'm wearing on the inside isn't completely covered, because, you know, if it's like this, you don't really see that much of the inside, and sometimes the inside really does help the outfit look nice. But I don't know if it's just, I mean, it would make sense that it kind of falls here because it should be able to close, right? But I do really like this jacket. It is, I think it has some cotton on the exterior. The inside is some bit of polyester, so the construction of it seems decent for me to buy, and I do really like this jacket. So, one more thing. Okay, I'll try to hold this to the side so you can see the whole thing. This is the last top that I bought. Today, I honestly just bought everything that I could that was on sale, and I made sure that if I wanted to buy something that I absolutely loved it. So there was actually this pink top from the same brand as this top that I was really looking at. But the thing is, I think after I kind of really thought about it, there were certain aspects of it that I just had a feeling I wouldn't really like. So I decided not to buy it. It was a more expensive piece also. So today I spent $240, which I think that's actually not bad compared to what I'm capable of. But at the same time, it would have been nice if I don't know, spent less. This top and the black one together, they were about $80. The jacket is $60, and my jeans, this pair that I'm wearing right now, they were $99 on sale, so $106 with tax. So, I mean, the thing is that I'm happy about is that I wanted a pair of white jeans, and I'm surprised that I managed to find a pair in my size and on sale, and that fits really well. So that stuff I'm just really happy about. I feel like if I just narrow down what I really wanted and search specifically for that stuff, then I tend to ignore all the other stuff I could potentially look at. But now that I've gotten really picky at how I choose what I want to buy, I like that, because then I'm not just buying a bunch of shit that sits in my closet that I don't end up liking. But anyways, going back to talking about this top, I actually, I browsed this brand site, BCBG, before I went to the mall today, and I looked at their sale stuff, and I didn't see this top, or I don't remember seeing it, but when I saw it on the rack, at first I was like, I mean, I tend to gravitate towards lighter colors, like white, pink. Of course, I love pink, but I really don't want to buy too much of the same colors if I can. So when I saw this navy blue, I was like, it looks all right. One of my main complaints for tops at times is that the back sometimes is really long, like goes down past her ass. So the front would be short and then the back would be long. This brand specifically, BCBG, tends to have a lot of tops like that, and I don't like it because I bought a few like that in the past, and I still wear those tops, but I just don't prefer it because then I have to tuck the back in, and I don't like tucking my shirts in. So this top, when I tried it on, I was just really surprised at how much I liked it. I think it's really pretty and it's just a very nice and flattering shape, I feel like. So I'm pretty pleased with this one, and it's a top that I can wear to work, which is great. The black one, I mean, I could wear that to work, but obviously I need to wear something over it, otherwise it's too revealing for work probably. But anyways, this is what I bought. Overall for the day, I was browsing for about like 3 hours, so it wasn't too bad. and I ate some ice cream. It was so delicious, and I will have to work it off today, but I mean, it was really good, and I haven't had ice cream in a while, so now I get to relax at home, happy with my purchases. I decided to move Riley to this third bedroom. Hello there. So I decided to move her here because I've mentioned in previous videos that when we're sleeping, she smacks her lips a lot. And maybe not smacking, but you see right now she's licking her lips a ton. I did just give her food, but I think in general she tends to be like that. I don't know if it's her specific rather than a dog thing, but there are times where we're on the couch and she's sleeping or half asleep and she's just like, you know, smacking her lips, licking her lips, and that is really fucking annoying to me, like really annoying. There were some nights where I was getting really frustrated because she wouldn't stop doing it. And I don't want to have to raise my voice at her every single time she does it to get her to stop, right? So I just decided to move her here. That way I don't have to hear her noise anymore. And to be honest, I freaking love it. I miss that silence of sleep. And I haven't had that in many years because ever since I got her, she has either been sleeping in bed with me or the crate was always in my room, so I would always hear her. But the thing is, the lip smacking was not always constant. I think she started doing it more like the past half year. So yeah, she's been in here for I'd say several weeks now, and she adjusted very well. Sometimes I don't think I'm entirely aware how well dogs adjust to the smallest change, so I was a little worried that, you know, it's a different room. Whatever she sees from the outside of the crate is different, so maybe she would feel a little weird about it. And plus, like, I don't know, maybe she would have accidents because she's just not used to it. But yeah, she's been doing fine, and it is an amazing change. Honestly, I'm so happy that I made the change. And at first I was like, oh, so sad, I won't have my baby in my room anymore, we won't be sleeping in the same room. But it doesn't matter. My quality of sleep is just higher. There's no extra sounds going on in the background, and I'm sure me tossing and turning, watching my videos on my phone, I mean, they're dogs, they sleep through noise, but that can kind of count as me disturbing her as well. Sammy, what are you doing in here, huh? What you doing? I've talked about skincare quite a bit over the past few months, ever since I started doing these videos, but I honestly don't think I'm that entirely happy with where my skin is at right now. And actually, I haven't been consistent with my products. Once I ran out, I wanted to try another brand maybe, but I think my most recent facial cleanser just feels like it's not doing anything. Like, I have a lot of pimples on the sides of my face still, like all of this feels so bumpy, and then also up here too doesn't feel so great. And I'm not entirely certain if using this Japanese brand, which I first showed way back, is the best product for me, because like maybe if I took pictures of my face I could see easier if things are improving or if a certain product is irritating my skin. But I decided that I'm going to try to just stick to this brand because I don't know, I just always felt like I liked it, but haven't been using this for a couple months, so I'm going to try this again. And then I also bought this. So this is a Japanese brand. I have one more product coming, which is just a moisturizer. But this thing is a serum or essence, I believe, that you put on after your toner. So usually I use the cleanser first, then I use a toner, which is usually very liquidy, watery, and you just put it on your face. And then while your face is still a little wet, you put this thing on and you pat it on. And I believe this product is supposed to help your moisturizers that you apply on after soak into the skin better. I guess once I run out of the other product, I will switch over, or maybe I can just switch over now and not worry about finishing it, because I just don't think it's really doing anything with my skin, and I'm just not happy about it. I don't feel like I eat poorly that could contribute to bad skin. I try my best to drink a lot of water. On good days, I definitely reach close to 52 fluid ounces. On my bad days, definitely less than 20 fluid ounces, which is not good. Regardless, I just think that my lifestyle should help contribute to me having pretty decent skin, but I'm still not, it's not good. One night, I randomly started browsing notebooks because I was just thinking about it out of the blue. Oh, I think maybe I was watching Bridget Jones's Diary over a little bit, and towards the end, Mark Darcy goes to buy her a new diary. And when I was watching that, I was just thinking about how like I haven't really handwritten anything in a while. In the past, I used to keep a planner and write stuff in it, and I enjoyed it because I like to handwrite stuff in a very strange way. I think it's because I like to see how neat my handwriting is across the page, and I like seeing that, plus writing just, I don't know, feels good to me. So I decided to buy a professional notebook, mainly for work, but at the same time I could bring this home. I would be bringing this home every day because I will possibly write some personal thoughts in here if I feel like it. So it'll be basically my personal use, but for the most part I'm using it professionally at work. But this is basically what it looks like. It's very plain. It's by Moleskine. I hope that's how you say it, Moleskine. And they are a well-known company, I think, when it comes to notebooks. So it's labeled professional notebook, but it's essentially a notebook. It has certain, professional. It has certain sections that probably are more convenient for certain things that you might need for professional use. Like it has pages in the back that are perforated so you can tear them out. There aren't that many pages like that though. Well, actually there's a fair amount. I'd say there's at least 20 pages that are perforated. And it has like a little folder thing in the back of the cover. So you could keep pages in here. Of course, since it's a smaller notebook, it won't keep like regular sized pages. You would have to fold them. But I've just realized that since I got this notebook and have been using it daily at work, it kind of makes work a little fun because I am, even though I've been at work for 4 months now, I'd say, obviously I'm still learning a lot. And basically anytime I do a new task or while I am working on my task, I have been trying to write down everything. And in the past, I haven't. So maybe like 3 months ago, or the past 3 months, I wasn't really writing down a lot of stuff. I was just doing it. But then later on, if I ever needed to refer back to previous tasks I did, I would kind of forget my thought process or certain instruction that my coworker gave me that I should, remember. And I didn't because I didn't write it down. So that's why ever since I got this, and for the past few weeks now, I have been trying to write down everything, like every step I did, any little note that could possibly be useful in the future. You just never want to be unprepared. So I started writing a bunch of stuff in here, and it has just been a lot of fun. Like I take some time doing some work, and then afterwards I get really excited because, oh hey, let me just spend a couple minutes writing some stuff in my notebook. So, I mean, is it weird for me to really love my handwriting? Because I have always viewed my handwriting as very childish looking because it doesn't look beautiful like calligraphy. It's just very neat. And even if I were to look at every individual word, it doesn't look neat at times to me, but like if you look at it all at once, like the entire page, then I feel like it looks really awesome. So I have been having a lot of fun with this. It's weird to say, but it definitely makes work a little more fun when I get to write in here throughout the day. But all right, I have rambled on long enough about very minor things, so I'm going to get a sweat session in. Hey, so I just got back from getting bubble tea late at night. I originally planned on going in the morning, but I was just thinking about it constantly and I really wanted to get some. So I decided to, and I wore my lovely new outfit, my new jacket out. And I really do love it. I feel like it's so fitting for my my style. Kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the movie I watched yesterday, just because I was a little surprised by how I felt while watching it. So the movie is Fatal Attraction, stars Michael Douglas and Glenn Close. I am a little surprised that I've never seen this movie because I guess it is supposedly very famous, but I just had nobody tell me about it really, so I never came across it. So basically I just assumed that her character would just be so ridiculous and that all the focus would be on her for all the poor actions that she was doing. But what I realized very quickly after I started watching the movie, I personally disliked Michael Douglas's character more than hers. And that might seem ridiculous to say because she does do some really messed up stuff and she definitely was very excessive with her actions. I just felt like Michael Douglas's character was very like I just didn't like him at all because he doesn't take responsibility for his actions whatsoever. He was so intent on hiding this affair that he caused even more stress on himself when she started, violating stuff like going to their apartment and speaking to his wife under the impression that she was interested in the apartment when she really just wanted to kind of get on the inside and see what his family and what his life was like. His behavior kind of reminded me of what I experienced recently, and I am definitely a very sheltered person. I don't think anyone would miss that about me just from watching my videos because I don't interact with a variety of people very often. So because of that, I often tend to forget what people are capable of. So my recent instance was probably the first time in many years where someone treated me poorly. And it was definitely a surprise for me because it had been so long since I came across somebody like that. So when it happened to me, I was definitely in disbelief. And I think the weeks following that, I was just constantly thinking wow, what compels someone to act that way towards someone? Or I would think damn, is someone like that ever capable of changing who they are? And I was just thinking so much about the behavior and the mindset behind a person like that. So when I saw Fatal Attraction and I saw Michael Douglas with his really happy family, his wonderful wife, he had a daughter, happy family and everything, and then to see him behave in a very bad way towards Glenn Close's character, it's just kind of you really think about how you think you know somebody, and even though he was married to his wife for 9 years, he is still a pretty shitty man that she just might never find out about if he never had that affair. So I just find those aspects really interesting and stuff that I focus on a lot now. I focus on a lot is conversation. So a lot of the lines that he said, I would always really focus on what he's saying, and I would also try to figure out where he's trying to place blame in what he says, because I think it's very common and easy to spot when somebody is trying to deflect responsibility onto somebody else. They say certain things, and I think if you catch on to them constantly doing that, then you will start to recognize it in what they say. So he definitely did that a lot. And based on like what I recently experienced, I have definitely started to pay more attention to stuff like that. And I kind of apologize for the abrupt subject change because I think I kind of already said enough of what I wanted to about Fatal Attraction, but I have been feeling kind of strange lately. Strange as in, like, I mentioned it a little bit in my other video, Battle for Azeroth, about whether I would be playing or not and some WoW nostalgia, but I am still feeling really restless. I have moments occasionally right now where I'm just really craving social interaction, but when I actually think about what I want, I don't know if it's necessarily social interaction, because if I just go out to a bar and I talk to somebody random, I don't think that would satisfy me, because the chance of that person actually being interesting to me might not be very high. So I think just lately, after that whole situation with the guy online and something that I was going through at work, I feel like for a brief period of time, I got accustomed to a decent amount of social interaction that I was not used to, because honestly, before this stuff happened the past few months, I really did just interact with barely anybody. When I was home, I would not really talk to anybody. I would like text occasionally, but it's very sporadic. During that long period of time of that, I don't remember feeling too bored or craving social interaction much or feeling restless or any of that. So lately, for me to feel this way, I think maybe it's just something that has to pass. I don't really like feeling this way because it makes me feel like I want something different out of my life, when I am really familiar with being by myself and not interacting with people much. So I don't think it's what I want. I think it's just an adjustment as usual. I think eventually it should normalize again, but yeah, I think right now I'm just thinking a lot. And you know what's funny? I did not expect random men that happened to enter my life to shake it up so much. And yeah, I guess honestly, like, based on what I can remember from past experiences and stuff, I do think I am, handling it way better than I would in the past, because I do feel like with age that I definitely feel way more mature and way more understanding of what, life is like, or how people handle things, because I'm just really familiar with the concept now of becoming accustomed to something, losing it, and then kind of feeling the effects of not having that around anymore. And I'm realizing now how strong that association can be, because we really become familiar with routine, right? So if your routine is often talking to somebody and maybe often expecting it, but then out of the blue, it's just cut off, you will feel really weird or like uncomfortable or not too fond of that detachment, whether you like it or not. That's another thing that I'm starting to better understand. It's just like, you feel things, and even if you don't want to feel those things, you kind of just have to accept it, embrace it, let it happen, and then hopefully the frequency of it happening will die down. Yeah, I kind of just wanted to talk about that because it has been a dominant thing in my mind these past few weeks, I'd like to say. I have TI coming up very soon, so that is something that I really should be focusing on, because I'm honestly still very nervous about it. And oh crap, I have to ask Shane for luggage. I need to do my test packing to make sure that I have everything I want to bring and having it fit properly and everything. So, oh man, I am so nervous about this trip, being nervous about it is kind of useless because I just have to go through with it and make sure that I'm prepared. And then if I am, everything should be fine. So, yes. Okay, well, I hope that people have been having a wonderful weekend so far. And I am actually very, very excited for weekends just because I get to sleep in. So tomorrow is Sunday, and I'm very excited even now that I get to look forward to sleeping in because it feels so good to wake up without an alarm. It's incredible.